Hello everybody, I'm back with you as promised in my last video. In the last video I told you all about these critical times of coronavirus. We're all locked inside our houses and all that, and these can be tough times, these can be challenging times, and how we have to share the responsibility and have fun times together so that we are able to go through these critical days smoothly. So, as I mentioned last time about household chores, I would today particularly talking about household chores because for me to have a all-rounded personality, these are very, very important. Generally in India, unlike the West, we don't expect or ask our children to help in the household chores. Even in some houses, it's considered below one's dignity to ask a child to do something in the house. And then the maids are coming and maids are doing their work. Children also associate that, these works are being done by the maids. These chores are being handled by the maids. So this is the maid's job. So they also don't, come forward to help at all. They don't involve themselves at all in these household chores. And parents also, because they feel that all the time that the children have they should devote to their studies, because the parents also have their sights on their academics and all that, so they feel that household chores are not all that important. They should just do well in academics. Tomorrow they will get good jobs and they will have plenty of help in the house. But that may not be the case. They may not get help tomorrow, because these days even these people are so aware. They're making their children study, and they also have their sight sets on the children getting good jobs outside. So who's going to come and do everything ourselves? Okay, well, let's not go all that far. Just in a few years, say when once your child finishes the schooling or after finishing the studies and all that, the child either will go to a different town, city, or even abroad for further studies, or may go to take up a job in some other country. The world is a global village. You never know where your child is going to go, and then the child is gone. You're very happy. He's got a good job and all that. He's taken an apartment there, but there's no help at all. That is the time your child will suffer, really suffer, because he doesn't have the habit of doing the household chores. He can't even make his bed. He can't even keep the room tidy, and most importantly, cannot cook his food. He cannot, because he's always been dependent on you for all these things. And what happens? Food is coming from Swiggy, the food is coming from Zomato, and from all over the place, and that is the food the child has to have. And like the child is so used to your homemade cooked food that he is pining for it, but he doesn't know how to do it. Now, as parents, it is our duty that we have to see to it that the child, when he leaves your nest and steps into this world, he is self-sufficient. He doesn't have to look here and there for any help. If your child is not a complete individual who can look after himself in every way, then we have done disservice to this child. I firmly believe that these children belong to the world. They come through us, but they belong to the world. They are in their future. We are not even there, and we have to do everything possible for us to prepare them when we are not there, or even when we are there, we are not with them. We have to prepare that basic thing: cooking the food they should know, keeping the house they should know. They should know how to make their dishes. They have to make their dals and their chicken curries and their chapatis and their rice. Everything they should know. And I've seen cases where the children really suffer, and then you people also suffer. I've been an educationist. So many of my children have gone abroad, and I know the story, because you haven't reached there. I'm looking at life from that side. And my children, sitting there is calling mama, 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 how to cook dal, mama, how to make rice, how to make chapati, how to make this dish or that dish. You're also suffering. There are tears in your eyes that my child is sitting there. I've done so much for my child. I spent so much of money on their education. They've also landed up good jobs and gone to good universities, and my child is stuck there for food. You don't know what to do with yourself. But that time I wonder if you will realize that if you had put your children onto this training, this day wouldn't have come. Your child would have been self-sufficient in everything. The child would have taken care of the house. Your child would have taken care of the clothes. The child would have been organized to keep everything in place. The child could have cooked whatever the child wanted to. He's used to your home cooked food, and now he's getting the food from the restaurant and eating. Doesn't like it at all, but then you have to have your food. And then sometimes, and suppose this child, there's another friend of his or her, who is self-sufficient, the child will at that time think, I wish my mother had done the same thing, I wish my parents had taken care of this aspect, that tomorrow I will get out of the house and then I'll have to face all these things. So you'll feel very bad about it. Right now, I would like to tell you that even if you open your eyes now and start off with your child, well, it's never too late. But if you start when the child is growing up, when the child is becoming aware of one's surroundings, that is the time you should put him on to or her on to household, age relevant household chores. For example, after the child has finished the food and all, even a small child, a child who is barely able to walk, tell the child, the bowl in which he has finished his food, that he is to go put it in the sink. The little child will go and put the. I've seen with my own granddaughter, so I'm not saying that just like that. And then, just tell the child, just give me that. Tissue from that box, just take my plate and put it there. Could you get me a glass of water? The children know these are skills you are teaching. The children know from where to take the glass and fill it with water and bring. Okay, then when they are growing up, make tea, get me a glass of milk. There's on a weekend, make your breakfast in the morning. On lunchtime, okay, come, let's cook together. Dinner time, we are having the food together. Okay, lay the table, help me with dishes. Or even if sometimes you have maids around, just give them a weekend off, just give them a day off, and at least put them in touch with these things, connect them with these things, teach them how to be organized as far as their clothes are concerned. They should be in hanger, they should be ironed, and everything should be in place. Your books should be in place, your shoes and your sports equipment, everything should have a place of its own in the house. And from the beginning, there should be association, and this thing is going to go here, this thing is going to go here. In the house, for everything, there should be a specific place, so that children from the beginning have the habit of coming and putting their thing where it belongs. Once a week, do up your room, your cupboard, your this thing, that thing, everything from the beginning in the house is spick and span. Then what happens in most of the cases, even if sometimes children in the beginning, they're very keen to come and mama, let me do this, and mama, no, you will not do it. Why you will not do it? Because you will mess up and I'll have to have it cleaned later on. So because of that fear, they don't allow the child to do it. But the thing is, if you allow the child and allow again and again and again, and that is how we'll refine his skills of doing it perfectly one day. But we are not giving them that chance. So for that day, please, from the beginning household chores, when the child is leaving your house, the child is perfect in every way, and the child doesn't have to look here and there. From the day one, that's all for today, and I'll be, of course, continue to share my ideas and views with you. And if you like my ideas, I think you have to show it in some way. Just go to like and press it for me, and that will really inspire me and encourage me to continue to be on this path with you. Thank you. Till I see you again. Bye.